or if Björn was hooked up. But, and this Golden Gate Bridge here, Björn went to a cool site called Turbo Squid that had all kinds of 3D content. He bought the Golden Gate Bridge, I think, for $99. It's a very well-constructed replica of the Golden Gate Bridge. Björn and I drive across it every day because we live north of the bridge and go to the city every day to work. And he just basically dragged it into Sansar and set some properties to get a little bit of fog. And if you had audio there, you would hear the seagulls and the foghorn and all that. Here's another scene that our art team made, which is kind of a fantasy version of sort of the Scottish Highlands or something. But you get a sense for what kind of quality of an experience you can make if you have the skills. This is not something I could personally make from scratch unless someone gave me all these assets that I could then place throughout the world very easily. Here's another way of seeing what kind of content we can do. This is actually a video dome. Björn is now inside this dome, so he's basically inside a sphere, and we're playing a YouTube 360 video on the inside of that sphere. But you can basically have a social interaction talking about what you're seeing while you're inside a movie together, or a documentary, or this could even be a real stream. That's a real stream, so I could be in a place, at a concert or something, watching people in the concert, and then as it happens, I'm there with friends having conversation about what we're seeing at the same time. And so this is a way to have a shared 360 video experience. This is a cool GoPro video from the coast of Tahiti where you can go surfing, and it's the closest I've ever been to surfing. Once that wave gets going, I'm feeling like I'm really surfing in there. Here's a scene that Björn wanted Mars, and the team had a bunch of assets already, so a lot of these rocks and sand and stuff they already had. So they put this scene together in one day, and here Björn is meeting another avatar, you just have natural conversation with each other. And with VR headset, you just look at each other. When my head turns, my avatar's head turns. When my hands move, my hands move. Unfortunately, we're just not hooked with that hardware right now. And it just feels completely natural to be in these environments, having social interaction with each other. Here's a world that, a little scene we made with a lot of dynamic content. So you'll be able to see that he can just destroy this environment by just walking through it. With the hand controllers, if he was hooked up right now, so bummer you can see it, he could just punch things or grab things and throw them around in this space. So it kind of gives you an idea of, you can also create a lot of dynamic content that you can interact with and move and throw and put things together so that you can actually build, just like you can in the real world. You can just pick up a vase and move it from a table to somewhere else. This is a pretty cool scene too. We just wanted to have kind of a take on what a cinema might look like in the virtual world, an outdoor cinema. I don't know if this one was cached, but here we go. Fly cam through. It's going to take you a while to walk. With VR, we found one thing that's not comfortable for some people is to just use a thumbstick, like on an Xbox controller or whatever, and just walk around like this. Because you can twirl the world around, you can start spinning the world, and when your body is not moving, but the world is moving, some people can get nausea or something like that. So the way Björn would move around, or we prefer to move around in the virtual world, is that we actually have with the controllers a way to just point in a spot in front of us with an arrow, and when we find a place we want to go, we just go there, and we just jump to that spot. It's a much more effective way. I wish I had it in the physical world, so I don't have to walk too far, and so you can just jump around. But here you can see like super high definition YouTube video playing right in the virtual environment, and there was basically just our art team sort of dragged these assets together to make this scene. And it's cool. You get up close to it, and it's a huge screen, and we could have made it even bigger if we wanted to. So it's a really cool place to hang out and watch film or movies together with other people. And this could obviously be a place where you might present something, like what I'm doing right now. I could be standing on that stage and there could be tons of avatars. You could all be avatars, and I could be doing this talk in front of all of you, something I've been doing for several years inside of Second Life. We have a big educational conference and like 200 people show up and have a conference inside the virtual world. So it would be a great way to present information that way. Were those all the scenes? Yeah. Back to the editor. So, Bjorn, why don't you pop into Egypt? That's kind of an interesting place too, the tomb. Because that gives you an idea of another type of content. Where is, top, center top there, yeah. This one was captured actually using photogrammetry. So tens of thousands of photographs were taken. Oh, you don't have the teleport capability. Can you fly cam F4 on there? So you see the walls in here are actually photographically captured using photogrammetry, laser scanned, and then crunched on a supercomputer in France. And then they gave this model to us. It had like 50 million polygons. We crunched it down to 40,000 polygons, and then we just published up to the Sansar cloud. And now you can actually walk around inside this tomb in Egypt that you otherwise could never access. And you could meet other people here, whether they're archaeologists or people that study all this stuff. And then over time you could overlay this with digital information. I could go point on the wall and like, what is this thing? And it could pop us some information about it or audio tracks about it. But being able to go inside something like this that otherwise just would not be possible to see is quite something. It's really cool. So I don't know how these people would actually share this content with the world if they didn't have something like Sansar. It would be really difficult for them to do, especially if you want to be able to have people come together and have a social experience inside of this content that they made. So that's really cool. So to repeat, Sansar is a platform and a tool set for all of us to be able to create virtual reality content a lot easier than it is today, a lot cheaper, a lot easier, a lot faster. And then once you've published it, you can make it available to whomever you want in the entire world. We're in, call it somewhere between alpha and beta right now. We will have, we already have over 10,000 users sign up to get access, and we've only given access for a few hundred. But please go to sansar.com and sign up. And then as we open up the platform for more and more users, creators of all kinds, come on board and try and create something, or just enjoy creations that others have made. Another cool thing is that